in the sprawling urban landscape of Muse-Utafu. A cross-dimensional event had swept through the streets, intertwining realms in a kaleidoscope of colors and creatures. Among the newcomers was Pikachu, the electric Pokemon, radiating a joyful energy in this new, vibrant world. Aizawa Shota, known as Eraserhead, wandered through this eclectic throng, his eyes observing more than participating. The ordinary had turned extraordinary, and life felt a bit like a page from a fantastical tale. Pikachu, with its sparkling cheeks and curious eyes, bounded up to him, a beacon of light and innocence in the swirling chaos of the city. The day began with laughter and light. Children danced around Pikachu, delighting in its electric tricks, while Aizawa watched over, a silent guardian in this unexpected festival. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the jubilant city, a palpable shift tinged the air with disquiet. Streetlights flickered erratically, casting eerie, stuttering shadows across the faces of the crowd. Pikachu's once charming sparks now crackled with a harsh, aggressive edge. A deep, resonant hum filled the air, unsettling in its monotony. People began to drift away, their expressions morphing from delight to confusion, and then to fear. Aizawa's gaze sharpened, his instincts honed from battles and crises, sensing the curling of something sinister. The crowd thinned, leaving only shadows that seemed to stretch and whisper among themselves. Pikachu's eyes, once wide and friendly, narrowed, pulsing with an unnatural glow. It turned its head slowly towards Aizawa, its voice a distorted echo of its former cheer. Pika! Pika! The air thickened, charged with static as the reality around them seemed to warp and wane. Buildings twisted, the concrete beneath their feet breathed, and the sky swirled in a dark palette. Aizawa reached for his capture weapon, but his movements felt sluggish, dreamlike. Pikachu charged, its body a conduit of raw, chaotic energy, releasing bursts of light that scorched the air. Aizawa dodged, but each movement felt like wading through molasses. The city around them morphed continuously, buildings bending like willows, the ground cracking with a web of light. Why? Aizawa managed, his voice steadied despite the madness. What do you want? Pikachu halted, its body vibrating with pulses of light. Pika, Chu. It whispered, the voice not its own. A chorus of whispers lay beneath. The atmosphere crackled, a storm of psychic energy clashing with the tangible electricity in the air. The scene shifted again, more violently. The fabric of reality seemed to tear, revealing glimpses of another place, dark, endless, a void beyond their world. Faces, devoid of eyes, peered through these tears, whispering of entropy and chaos. Aizawa, grappling with the unraveling of his environment, realized the danger was far beyond a mere Pokemon gone rogue. This was a breach, a tear in the dimensional fabric, and Pikachu had become a vessel for something much older, much darker. Gathering his will, Aizawa extended his quirk, erasing the unnatural energy around Pikachu. The world held its breath. Slowly, the chaos receded, the whispers died down, and the darkness retreated, sucked back into the void as reality stitched itself back together. Pikachu, now lying weak and quiet at his feet, looked up at Aizawa with tired, but once again innocent eyes. Aizawa knelt, gently scooping the small creature into his arms, aware now of how thin the veil between worlds could be, and how easily that veil could be torn. As the city's chaotic pulse began to normalize, the air still throbbing with the residual static charge, Pikachu's form underwent a bizarre transformation. The petite, cheerful creature grew exponentially in size, its muscles bulging in an absurd parody of strength. Most peculiar of all, a thick, wiry beard sprouted from its chin, giving it the appearance of an aged sage rather than a playful POK Monday. With each beat of its now gigantic heart, Pikachu intoned deeply, its voice resonating with a timbre that was both unnerving and mesmerizing. Dreams within a dream. Where does the truth lie, if not in the eye? Its words twisted around Aizawa like vines, suffocating in their complexity and darkness. Aizawa, his instincts screaming warnings, barely managed to roll aside as Pikachu's newly muscular arm swung through the air where he had just stood. The force of the blow shattered the concrete, sending shards flying like shrapnel. Aizawa scrambled to his feet, his eyes narrowing as he assessed this new threat. "What do you want, Pikachu?" Aizawa demanded, his voice a harsh slash across the surreal tableau unfolding around them. "What is this madness?" Pikachu chuckled, a sound like grinding stones. "Tell me, watcher of men, what walks on 4 legs at dawn, 2 at noon, and 3 at dusk. Fail and darkness consumes. Its riddles, echoing the haunted style of Edgar Allan Poe, twisted through the air, metaphysical and menacing. Aizawa realized that this was no longer a simple creature corrupted by external forces. This was a battle of wits and wills. He dodged another swipe, feeling the wind of it brush against his face, close enough to feel the surreal heat emanating from Pikachu's body. "I do not have time for your games," Aizawa growled, reaching deeply into his tactical mind. He needed to disarm this creature, both mentally and physically. "We all change forms in time, Pikachu. Even you. This is just a temporary nightmare." Pikachu paused, its bearded face contorting as if struggling with a profound internal battle. "Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream?" It boomed, quoting Poe directly now, its fists clenched and trembling. Aizawa seized the moment, using his erasure quirk to disrupt Pikachu's abilities. "Dreams and," he stated firmly, watching as confusion flickered across Pikachu's features, the monstrous form beginning to shrink back to its original, less formidable size. The beard receded, and the muscles waned, revealing the familiar electric mouse, exhausted and bewildered. As Pikachu collapsed, Aizawa caught it gently, his expression softening. "Let's end this nightmare," he whispered, unsure of how much of the POK Monday's psyche had understood the battle they had waged. He set about securing Pikachu, determined to unravel the mystery of the dimensional breach and ensure no such terror would threaten their worlds again. The city around them, once a vibrant crossroad of dimensions, lay quiet, watching and waiting as Aizawa carried the small, sleeping form of Pikachu away, his silhouette alone constant against the shifting uncertainties of the multiverse.